to this live chat facility tutorial. We have had a lot of questions recently about the chat facility and how to use it, so let's get into the video. The chat facility is built with students in mind, with a tool that doesn't need to be parent or teacher led. Each of our pages are linked to the person behind the broadcast, even after it's finished, so you can always ask your questions and get a response about the broadcast. So, let's have a look at how to use the chat facility. To use the chat facility, the first thing to do is to type your comment or question into the chat box. You can now enter your screen name. Your screen name will show when you type your question or comment. Now you will see the chat facility ask for your email address. As I mentioned before, each of our pages are linked to people from the organisation who can reply to your questions. You can enter your email address, which will not be shared with anyone, to get a direct response from the people behind the broadcast. If you do not want a direct response, then click the button at the bottom. People behind the broadcast can still respond to you if you don't provide your email address. This just means you may have to come back to the page to check the response. To type your question, simply click on the chat box. You will then see two symbols appear. The @ symbol will mean your comment or question will be posted publicly for others to see. The email symbol means your comment or question can be sent directly to the person of your choice from the list that will appear. You can now speak to the people behind the broadcast and ask any questions you may have, or check out our partner pages to see the companies we work with who you can speak to right now about their current vacancies. You can also check out our careers page, which connects you to employers. Our live chat service is linked 24/7 to employers from a wide range of sectors, all waiting to hear from you. You can leave a question about how to produce a professional CV or how to prepare for interviews, anything work related, and one of our businesses will respond to you directly. You can also access a wide variety of live interactive broadcasts and video on demand with the live chat support on all pages. Now this bit is for the parents, guardians and teachers. The best bit about the live chat facility is that it is completely moderated, so you don't need to worry if your young person leaves a silly comment, as it will only show on their screen and no one else's. Another great thing about the chat facility is that it is GDPR protected, so no information is shared with anyone else. We will protect all email addresses and will never share personal information of the young people. If you have any questions about the chat facility or the Learn Live channel, please use the email us icon at the top of the page. Thank you, stay safe and stay tuned.
Welcome to this Access to Further and Higher Education Dispelling the Myths broadcast in partnership with Black Country LEP. Today we will be finding out what exactly is higher and further education and what some of the common myths of both, but what the benefits are of them. We will also be hearing about local offers for further and higher education, student finance, including what it is, then how and when do you apply, and finally you will hear from those who are in further and higher education, plus apprenticeships. If you have a question for one of today's panel who are available on the chat, then please leave them there. Once you leave your questions, one of our panel members will get back to you as soon as possible. And if you're watching back on demand, the panel are always available to answer your questions, so please reach out at any time. And if you want to find out about more events such as this, then please click on the subscribe button, which is just above, and you can get the up-to-date information that you need. Now, let's firstly hand over to Charlotte Trigg from Aspire to HE as she tells us about higher education before handing over to find out about student finance. But first, over to you, Charlotte.
Hi everyone, my name's Charlotte and I'm from Aspire to HE. Aspire to HE is a collective led by the University of Wolverhampton who are committed to improving access to higher education in the Black Country, Telford and Wrekin area. We offer practical support and impartial advice to students to help them make informed and ambitious decisions about not just their education, but their future as a whole. Some of the activities that we run include taking students onto university campuses to help them get a feel for university life, connecting them with employers to help them gain employability skills, and running events to help boost confidence in young people. You can find out more about what we do and the events that we have coming up on our website, which is aspiretohe.co.uk. Alternatively, you can find us on all major social media platforms. Thinking about university can feel a bit intimidating, and this year those decisions have been more difficult than ever. But I want to assure you that you have some amazing opportunities ahead of you. University is a wonderful place to gain new skills, meet new people, and of course, get qualifications for life. The most important thing is that you take your time, do your research, and make the right decision for you. You're going to be hearing from some students from the University of Wolverhampton talking about their journeys through higher education. Rebecca, Marcus, and Ruben have all had very different experiences and paths, but you'll see that they have some really valuable advice for you about making the most of university. So I want you to sit back, relax, and take some time to take in the information that's available to you today.
Hi everyone and welcome to this video that is all about what is HE. So what is HE and what does it stand for? HE stands for higher education, so this means the continuation of study after the age of 18. So if you're currently in sixth form or college and want to study further, that will mean that you will be going on to higher education. So just to put it into context, this is a qualification chain, so you can see the different levels of study that you can take in the future. A lot of young people will start off at level 1 and level 2, so this is studying at GCSE level. Students will then move on to level 3 study, which is classed as further education. This means students will study either A-levels, BTECs or an advanced apprenticeship. For those students that finish studying at level 3 and want to move on to level 4, this is classed as higher education. If higher education is a route that you're going to take in the future and you will be looking to go to university in the future, then here are some few tips on what can happen or what you can expect. So, did you know that in the UK there are 370 places to study? Over 37,000 different courses are available to students, and you can study from broad subjects which allow you to gain skills and knowledge that could be applied to many different jobs in the future. And there are specific subjects that will get you into a very specific job. So as an example, if you were to study midwifery at university, that will lead into a career of being a midwife. There are different types of courses that are available at university. These range from full-time courses, which are usually studied within 3 years. There are part-time courses, which are usually complete in 6 years, or there's a sandwich course, which enables you to take a year out of studying and to go out into the world of work for 1 year. So in total, you will be doing 4 years as part of a sandwich course. So if you are looking to go to university, where would you like to study? So there are universities and colleges that are very local to you. So it could mean that you still live at home and commute to your local university or college, or you may choose to go to a university or college that is further afield, meaning that you would leave your family home and you would live on campus instead. Thank you for watching this video. One top tip that I would give you is whatever you decide to do, follow your passion, learn new things and climb your own personal ladder to wherever that may take you. If you would like to find out more information about this particular video, then please do get in touch. You can get in touch with us through our website at www.aspiretohe.co.uk. You can contact us via email at aspiretohe@wlv.ac.uk, or you can contact us through our social media platforms through Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching this video.
Hello, and welcome to this short video by Aspire to HE on the benefits of higher education. There are many benefits to studying a higher level qualification, whether it be at university or any other HE pathway. First, let's talk about the different educational and career benefits. Increased employability. Studying at university and achieving a degree makes you more employable. Employers know that university degrees equip you with many transferable skills and relevant knowledge on particular subjects. It also demonstrates a dedication to personal and professional development. Universities provide many resources and opportunities to do placements and work experience with partner universities, local businesses and organisations, all of which will develop your existing skills and experience, as well as being a great addition to your CV. In addition to this, they also offer jobs on campus and support students with finding valuable external employment opportunities. Transferable skills is another benefit of HE. You'll develop many valuable and transferable skills by studying at HE institutes such as university. For example, the High Flyers survey asked the top 100 employers in the UK to list the top 10 skills they want their future employees to have. These skills included things like verbal communication, teamwork, written communication, flexibility, drive, organisation, and time management, to just name a few. And these are the type of skills that you would develop at university and through other HE pathways, through doing things like independent study, group assignments and presentations, etc. The third benefit of higher education is networking. Most of us have heard the phrase, "It's not what you know, it's who you know." And this is definitely true in a sense. When studying a degree, your main focus is developing in-depth knowledge of a specific subject, along with gaining transferable skills. But developing connections is also extremely valuable. Through studying at university, you can develop your networks by doing things like meeting new people, being friendly, and having good interpersonal skills. Your network will be made up of peers, friends, lecturers, and many other staff members. Obtaining a degree is also a great achievement to pop on a LinkedIn profile, which is a brilliant platform for networking. In addition to the different educational and career benefits, there's also many personal benefits of HE. So firstly, we've got different social opportunities. There are many exciting social opportunities at university, including the chance to join and be a part of different societies, where you can meet like-minded people and make lots of new friends. There are thousands of unique societies to choose from a wide range of universities. Societies including things like the Cheerleading Society, the Cheer Society, the Historical Swordsmanship Society, to just name a few. In addition to these societies, there are also many valuable opportunities, such as voluntary opportunities, work experience as previously mentioned, and also sporting opportunities. You'll also develop your confidence. By developing your skills, becoming more employable, making friends, building your network, and studying what you're passionate about, you will surely become a more confident and self-assured individual with much to offer. Making friends. Going to university or exploring other HE pathways, such as higher apprenticeships, means you will meet many new people and make lots of new friends. This is often one of the highlights of going to HE, as those connections you make can last a lifetime. Independence. Whether you choose to study at home or move away, you'll develop your independence. So these are the main benefits of higher education, but there are also many more. For example, benefits that come from studying higher apprenticeships, such as earning whilst you learn and gaining industry-specific experience, and studying within an environment that uses learning techniques you thrive on, such as at a higher educational college, and through studying things like different diplomas. Higher education is a place for everyone, where you gain many valuable skills and have lots of different lasting benefits. Feel free to contact us through our website or our email address or any of our social media sites such as Facebook, Twitter or Instagram. Thank you for listening.
Hello and welcome to this Aspire to HE video looking at what is student finance. Student finance are the company who help fund your studies through the loans they offer. They act on behalf of the UK government to help students finance their higher education studies. The two main costs you will have if you decide to progress on to studying a degree are tuition fees and living costs, and there are loans from student finance to help you with both. There is also additional financial support that you can access during your studies, depending on your circumstances. For instance, there is support for those who have children, support for those who have a disability, and also support for those studying certain courses linked to the NHS, such as midwifery or nursing. Two of the main things that students apply for when they are going to university are a tuition fee loan and a maintenance loan. For the 2021-2022 academic year, the maximum amount a university can charge you for your course is £9,250 per year. This remains the same fee as it was for the previous academic year. Securing a tuition fee loan from student finance is very common and covers the costs of the fees charged by your chosen higher education institution. You don't have to pay any tuition fees upfront yourself. It's unlikely that anyone has a spare £9,250 lying around each year to cover their tuition fees themselves. Student finance pay this loan directly to the university or college on your behalf, so you won't need to stress about paying it yourself. And finally, the amount of tuition fee loan you can get does not depend on your household's income, which is the case for the maintenance loan. So in simple terms, the process for securing a tuition fee loan is as follows. Firstly, you will need to register and apply for the loan on the dedicated student finance pages of the gov.uk website. It is important to note that you don't necessarily need to have a place confirmed on a course to apply for financial support, as not only does it not cost you to apply, you can also change your application at any time if you change your mind on which university you want to go to. Once you have successfully applied for the loan, Student Finance will then pay your university directly on your behalf when you enrol onto your course. You then only repay any loans you take out after graduating and when you are earning above a certain amount each year. Typically, the maintenance loan will help you with your living costs while you are at university. For example, you can use it to help you pay for accommodation, bills, or even purchasing new books or a laptop to help you with your studies. You can apply for a maintenance loan regardless of whether you decide to move away or stay at home for university. All eligible students can get at least some form of maintenance support. The amount of financial support you can get in the form of a maintenance loan does depend on where you live and where you study though, with students deciding to live and study in London being able to access slightly more in funding due to the higher rate of living in the capital city. Additionally, the amount of funding you can receive depends on your household income, and if you decide to apply for a maintenance loan, your parents or guardians will be expected to provide evidence of household income to student finance in order to accurately assess your claim. Unlike the tuition fee loan, the maintenance loan gets paid directly into your bank account at the start of each term. The total amount that you get approved to receive across the academic year will then be divided into 3 and paid at the start of each term, usually in September, January and April. So let's briefly look at the maximum amount you could receive in the form of a maintenance loan. Please bear in mind these figures are in line with the 2021-2022 academic year thresholds and will be based on full-time students who are eligible to receive funding. If you decide to stay in your parental home during your studies, the maximum amount you could receive is £7,987 per year. Just to reiterate, this is dependent on household income, and student finance will determine exact funding allocations during your application. If you decide to live away from home during your studies, but study and live outside London, then the maximum you could receive is £9,488. The London rate for those living away from home and in London for their studies is £12,382. And finally, if your university in the UK provides you with the opportunity to study part of your course overseas, then the maximum maintenance loan you could receive is £10,866. Earlier in the video, we previously mentioned that there is additional support available that you could access depending on your situation. For instance, if you have any children or have an adult who depends on you financially when you begin your studies, you could make use of the childcare grant, the parents' earning allowance, or the grants for dependents. You may also receive additional financial support if you have a disability through the Disabled Students Allowance. And for those considering doing a course linked to the NHS, from September 2020, the government reintroduced a bursary, which means that you will be eligible to receive at least £5,000 through the NHS Bursary Support Allowance. More information on any of the additional support we have mentioned can be found online and particularly on the student finance pages of the gov.uk website. In order to apply for student finance, you will need to register through the gov.uk website, which looks like this. Here you can find lots of information too, including details on eligibility and a calculator to work out approximately what funding support you could be entitled to. Applications for student finance are open right now, so if you haven't already, start thinking about completing the application process sooner rather than later. There is also a step-by-step guide available on how to apply. When going through the application process, it would be a good idea to keep in mind our following top tips. Firstly, you do not need a place at university confirmed in order to apply for student finance. This is because you can change your application at any time, so don't worry if you change your mind on where you wish to go to university. One of the biggest tips we can suggest is to get your application sorted as soon as possible. Student finance have to deal with hundreds of thousands of applications each year, and the process can take a number of weeks or months. So if you don't apply on time, it is not guaranteed that your financial support will be in place by the time you start your course, which in turn may mean that your university may not let you enrol to begin your course. It is wise to have all the important information to hand when you begin your application process, as you will be required to include details such as proof of identity. This one is pretty self-explanatory, but don't forget your login details as you will need to regularly access your application. And the last one is to make sure that you supply any information or documents correctly first time to avoid any delays in the process. You only ever start repaying your student loans back once you are earning above a certain amount once you graduate. Currently, the amount you need to be earning before you start repaying any of your loans back is £27,295. This is the recently updated threshold from April 2021 and should continue to rise annually in line with average earnings increases. Full-time students will only start repaying their loans back in the April after graduating or leaving your course, and only if you secure a job that has earnings over the threshold. Whenever you are earning over this, you will only repay 9% of whatever income is over the current threshold. If at any point in your career your income falls below the threshold, say if you take a gap year or take a step down in jobs, then your repayments will stop and will only resume when you re-secure a job with earnings over the threshold again. And finally, any outstanding loan balance will be completely wiped off 30 years after you first start repaying your loan. So whatever loan balance you had left to pay after this time, you would never have to pay back. This table should hopefully make the repayments a little clearer. You need to be earning over £27,295 per year in the April after you graduate before you even start paying back any of your student loans. And the monthly repayment column on the right hand side tells you approximately how much you will repay in student loans each month depending on your annual earnings. Hopefully this video has helped make student finance and the repayments clearer and helped to ease any concerns you may have had. If you have any questions at all about student finance or anything else related to higher education, then please get in touch with Aspire to HE via our various social media channels. You can also visit our website for more information on student finance. And of course, gov.uk/student finance is the website where you will eventually apply for financial support, so do visit this for more information. Thank you for watching this Aspire to HE video.
Welcome to Aspire to HE's video on how to calculate your student finance. We will walk you through the Student Finance England calculator, making it clear what exactly you need to do to find out how much financial support you are entitled to at university. Using the calculator gives you an idea of what to expect and also reminds you to find out key information before you apply. So we hope you find this guide useful. The most accurate way of working out how much financial support you are entitled to during your studies is to use Student Finance England's calculator. The first step is to tap this web address into your search toolbar. You then click the Start Now button, and this question should appear. Just select the appropriate year for when your course starts. You need to disclose whether you are a full-time or part-time student. If you are an EU student, you must have settled or pre-settled status under the EU settlement scheme to get student finance. Note at the bottom of the screen, you can go back to a previous section if you need to change your response. Double check how much the tuition fee is for your desired course via the university website or UCAS. This is usually £9,250, but it is important to make sure of this figure. Where you live can impact on the amount of money you receive. So it is important you have an idea of what your living arrangements will be when you go to university. It is important you speak to people at home and find out as accurately as possible what the household income is. This is a significant factor in calculating how much financial support you are entitled to. Here is a sneak preview of the breakdown of how much support you are entitled to, dependent on your household income. Figures with an asterisk next to them indicate this is the minimum amount of support you are entitled to, regardless of household income. If any of these circumstances apply to you, you might be eligible to receive additional funding. Also, if you study any of these courses, you could be entitled to additional financial support. At the end, you will be shown how much student finance you will be entitled to. It is worth looking at the extra help section too, as you may be able to pick up additional financial support depending on your circumstances. We hope you have found this guide useful. For further information about higher education and making informed decisions, you can ask questions via our social media channels or via email, or visit our website. Thank you very much for listening.
Hello, my
name is Olivia from Aim Higher Plus, and today I'm going to talk to you about applying for university through UCAS and how that application process works. UCAS stands for University College Admissions Service, and this is the centralised service that students use when applying to university. Everyone who wants to study an undergraduate degree in the UK has to apply through UCAS, and this is how it works. Step number 1 is to register for your account. This is where you will add your personal details, make a username, a password, and set up any security questions. Next, you will add the buzzword that your school, college, or centre has given you. If you're applying independently, you won't have a buzzword, so you may be asked some more questions. Please note that you can only apply once in a UCAS cycle. Step number 2 is to sign in and fill out all of the sections. At this point, you'll need to add in any funding or sponsorship options, your residential status, any special needs or disabilities, and any criminal convictions. Then you'll add in your email address so that UCAS can notify you when your application has been updated. You can give a parent, guardian, or advisor nominated access to your account if you'd like some additional support. The next part to fill out is the additional information section. This is only necessary if you are a UK applicant. In this section, you'll fill out a number of things such as ethnic origin, national identity, any summer schools or taster days that you have attended, care and parental education, and occupational background. These questions aren't compulsory and they won't affect your selection process, and they can just be really helpful for UCAS statistics. Step number 3 is to select your choices. Here you can choose up to 5 courses, and there is no preference in order. That doesn't really come into it, so what order you put in will not make a difference. And the universities and colleges that you apply for won't see who else you've applied for. If you're applying to medicine, dentistry, veterinary medicine, or veterinary science, you can only apply to a maximum of 4 courses in any one of these subjects. If you're applying to the University of Oxford or the University of Cambridge, you can only apply to 1 course at either university. If you're applying for deferred entry, make sure that the university or college that you are applying to accepts deferred entries for that course. Make sure you are familiar with the application deadlines for the courses that you want to apply for. Visit this website to get familiar with those dates and make sure you make a note of all the important deadlines. Step number 4 is to fill out your education history. You must fill out all of your qualifications, whether you already have the results or whether you're still waiting on some results. If your pending qualifications are not listed on ucas.com, you do still need to add these to your application. But just remember that you'll need to send the results to your chosen college or university when you get them. International students' qualifications are listed by name and country. But don't worry if yours isn't there, you can just add it to the other box. You may have to send proof of these qualifications to the university or college yourself. If for whatever reason you can't find your school exam certificate, then contact the school and the local authority. Next up, you'll need to fill in your employment history. If you've had any paid jobs, whether that be full-time or part-time, this is the section where you can list up to 5 of them. You will need to include company names, addresses, job descriptions, and start and finish dates. If you've done any unpaid or voluntary work, you won't need to include that in this section. You can talk about these sorts of things in your personal statement. Section 5. Now that you've filled out all of that information that I've just been through, it's time for the personal statement. This is your chance to show universities and colleges why you want to study this course and why you'd make a brilliant student. It's important that you get started early. You may make a number of versions of this personal statement, but don't forget you can get teachers and advisors, parents, or other members of your family to check this over for you. Section 6. It's now time to take a final look at your application. At this point, you will check over it and see if you need to make any edits before marking it as complete and saving it. Once you've marked all previous areas as complete, you'll be able to read and agree to the declaration. This allows UCAS to process your information and send it to the correct universities and colleges. You'll then be able to move on to the final section. The final part of your application is to get your reference, pay your fee, and send UCAS your application. A reference is a written recommendation from a teacher, advisor, or professional that know you academically or professionally.
Everyone will need a reference unless your university in particular gives you permission not to give one. The application fee is £18 if you're applying to just one course, or £24 if you're applying to multiple courses. It also costs £24 for any late applications that come in after the 30th of June. If you're applying through a school, college or centre, they will let you know when or whether you need to pay them, and they will then pay UCAS. Alternatively, they may tell you to pay UCAS directly by credit or debit card, and you do this before the reference is added to your application. The school, college or centre will then send the application to UCAS on your behalf. If you're applying independently, after the reference has been added, you will need to pay UCAS directly with credit or debit card and then send your application to UCAS. Now that you've sent off your application, you're probably wondering what happens next. University admissions tutors can now have a look over your applications and start to make a decision on whether they want to make you an offer for your chosen courses. Decisions will start arriving in a random order, possibly a few weeks after you apply. If you do seem to be waiting a little bit longer, that might be that the course that you have applied for at that university is particularly popular and they've got a lot of applications to get through. So try not to worry if you don't get letters whilst your friends or family members are receiving their offers, because it doesn't always mean bad news. When it comes to the decision that the admissions tutors make, there are three main categories. First up is an unconditional offer. This means that no further qualifications are required, and as long as you hit all non-academic requirements such as a DBS check, you're in. Next up we have the conditional offer. This means that there may be a few things that you need to achieve before you can attend the university. So it may be that you need to get a specific grade in a specific subject. If you accept the offer and meet the conditions of the offer, then you'll be granted a place. And lastly, we have unsuccessful. This unfortunately means that you have not received an offer to the course that you applied for. However, it may be that one of your other universities or another course that you've applied for is successful, so don't let this dishearten you. If all of your decisions are unsuccessful, still don't allow this to discourage you. There are plenty more opportunities out there for you, and you can actually apply to university again through clearing. Now let's talk a little bit about what to do when it comes to replying to those offers. You will be asked to reply to every offer that you receive, and it's really important that you do that. However, you don't need to reply until you have received all of your offers from all of your chosen universities or colleges. You must reply to each offer with one of three options. Firstly, we have firm acceptance. If you firmly accept an offer, whether this is a conditional or unconditional offer, this means that you are sure that this university and this course is your first choice out of all of the others that you have applied for. If you get the grades required, this means that this will be the higher education course that you take and the university that you end up going to. You can submit this reply only once, and you cannot go back and change or cancel this option. Next up is your insurance acceptance. If you have firmly accepted a conditional offer, you may also hold another offer, whether that be conditional or unconditional, as your insurance choice. If you decline an offer, you are indicating that you definitely do not wish to accept this offer. Don't forget, if you have any worries or queries and want to chat to someone, then the Aim Higher team are here for you. You can head to our website and go to the Speak to Aim Higher page and chat to us about anything to do with higher education or your education process, and we'll be happy to help in any way we can. I hope you found this video useful, and we will see you very soon. Bye!
Thank you to the teams from HE and Student Finance for giving us a further in-depth view into those two areas. If you have a question for one of today's panel who are available on the chat, then please leave them there. Once you leave your questions, one of our panel members will get back to you as soon as possible. And if you're watching back on demand, the panel are always available to answer your questions, so please reach out at any time. Now let's take a look at some examples of university offers that are available locally, then branch into degree apprenticeships who will be presented by Aston University but offered also by other local universities. Firstly, over to Wolverhampton University.
Hi, I'm Shaniel, a music student. Welcome to your University of Wolverhampton City Campus Tour. Follow me. Here we are at the Courtyard, a £4 million investment designed by one of our very own graduate architect students. We run loads of events here such as student parties, international fairs and even an open air cinema. It's a great place to get involved. Here in the Millennium City building, you'll find the Institutes of Health, Psychology, Social Care and Information and Language Processing. The Ambika Port building is a hub for student activity. We have Careers and Enterprise, the Workplace, the Students' Union, a Santander Bank, a campus shop, a gym and the library for when you want to study quietly and on your own. Behind me is a shortcut to the Wolf-Aruna building, home to the Faculty of Science and Engineering's learning and teaching rooms. It's also home to the prestigious Chancellor's Hall, which holds ceremonies such as homecoming and graduation receptions. Within the Wolf-Aruna building is our Arena Theatre, a fantastic art space with a packed programme of music, comedy, drama and more. It's also at the centre of the university's annual Celebration of the Arts, Arts Fest. Named in honour of the brilliant mathematician and World War II codebreaker, the Alan Turing building delivers our Faculty of Science and Engineering courses. The university will soon reveal its new Springfield campus in Wolverhampton. The £100 million project is transforming a 12-acre Grade 2 former brewery into an architecture and built environment super campus right here in the city. The Rosalind Franklin building is a modern science facility named after the pioneering scientist. This recent £21 million development includes state-of-the-art laboratories, teaching and meeting rooms. If art is your passion, then welcome to the George Wallace building, which is just a short walk across the ring road. The School of Art was established in 1851 and has been a shining light of the university ever since. Specialist facilities such as personal studio spaces allow students to explore their craft, and every year final year students can display their work in the degree show. Another addition to the city skyline is the Lord Swage Pool building, named after our Chancellor. It's home to the university's business school and features contemporary teaching rooms and academic skills pods. As well as being home to the School of Humanities and various university services, the Houseman building includes pods and social learning spaces for both individual and group revision. Here we are in the Mary C. Cole building, featuring the School of Social, Political and Historical Studies. It is also home of the Law School, featuring a mock courtroom, lecture theatres and teaching and learning spaces. So that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed your city campus tour. As you can see, it has so much to offer, such as its shuttle bus service between campuses, as well as the city's great links across the UK. Thanks for watching.
Hi there, my name is Lloyd and I'm here at Resonance to give you a brief overview of the BA Honours in Popular Music Performance and Production. The Popular Music Performance and Production programme offers a broad range of skills in music and production, carefully balanced with academic skills involving research and critical thinking. You will gain experience both relevant to the music industry and of the careers too. If you are interested in a career as a songwriter, performer or producer, or you'd like to be involved in artist development, our BA Honours Popular Music Performance and Production course combines creativity and technical learning with an in-depth study of the music industry. If you apply and are successful for the BA Honours in Popular Music Performance and Production, you will undergo full-time study for a duration of 3 years. The course features extensive study of the music industries, including copyright, contract law, and career pathways. Students will also develop transferable skills in research, IT, presentation, teamwork, creative thinking, communication skills, and project management. The curriculum is delivered by an experienced course team, many of whom are active industry experts with professional experience in performance, studio and live sound, electronic sound design, and the business and culture of music production. Tutors frequently engage with ongoing research in music composition, performance, and production. You will be able to tailor this course to your own interests through optional projects and modules in the second and third years. These modules may help to inform future career options and ensure that the technical and musical skills are underpinned by a solid understanding of the wider music industry. This course will involve practical projects designed in partnership with industry and will be delivered through a combination of interactive lectures, seminars, masterclasses, tutorials, workshops, and guest presentations. Assessment methods include practical assessments, essays, individual reports, portfolio, individual and group presentations, and final performance.
Hello, my name is Bethan and I'm one of the School Liaison Officers at University College Birmingham. Welcome to this presentation about our undergraduate courses. Now, some of you may already know a little bit about University College Birmingham, but for others, this might be the very first time you have heard of us. Now, we're based in the heart of the UK's biggest regional city, which is Birmingham, and we are highly respected by industry for providing career-focused, industry-relevant education and training. We specialise in vocational courses, which we offer at both college and university level. And many of our degree courses are accredited by the University of Birmingham. Now, we're quite a small institution with approximately 3,000 college students and 5,000 university students. And that means that we can provide a university experience that is very personal. You're never going to be just a face in the crowd with us. Your lecturers are really going to get to know you, and we have a tight-knit student community. We offer two different types of degrees. We offer foundation degrees and we offer bachelor's degrees. A foundation degree will take you up to a level 5 qualification, and a bachelor's degree will take you up to a level 6. There is a little bit of difference between the two of them in terms of the number of years of study and the entry requirements, and obviously the level of qualification that you'll be coming out with. Now, University College Birmingham comprises of two schools. We have the School of Business, Tourism and Creative Industries, and we have the School of Health, Sport and Food. Now, these two schools are responsible for delivering courses at all levels of study, so college and university. And each school consists of different departments. So here you can see the different departments for the School of Business, Tourism and Creative Industries, and they include Business, Marketing and Finance, Hospitality and Tourism and Creative Services. And within the School of Health, Sport and Food, the departments include Sport and Nutrition, Education, Social Care, Health and the Birmingham College of Food. Now, the Department of Business, Marketing and Finance offers a wide range of courses for anyone that's interested in the areas of business and management, finance and accounting, marketing or events, as well as those interested in computer science and ICT. The Department of Hospitality and Tourism runs a wide range of courses that are really going to help you pursue your ideal career within hospitality, aviation, tourism and travel. And courses, as you can see there, include things like international tourism management, aviation airport management, and combining tourism and hospitality, or looking at hospitality and events and business management. So lots of different courses on offer within this department. Our Department of Creative Services covers an array of specialist courses, and they will be able to help you launch your professional career working with hair and makeup within stage and on screen, or within the beauty industry. Now, if you're thinking about a career in the sports industry or want to break into the world of nutrition and food and science, the Department of Sport and Nutrition is for you, with courses such as sports coaching and fitness, sports therapy, we've got sport management, strength conditioning and sports nutrition. And we've also got courses in food and nutrition and food science and culinary innovation. Now, if you're thinking more about inspiring the next generation, then why not take a look at the courses within the School of Education, which features dedicated courses in childcare, education and the early years sector. So the Department for Education will most likely have a course that will suit you. And we've got some unique courses here, such as our Primary Education Studies course, which is actually an accelerated programme where you can achieve a bachelor's level qualification over 2 years rather than the traditional 3 years. Now, if it's more about a rewarding career in care and community that attracts you, then why not take a look at the courses within the Department of Social Care, such as Youth, Community and Families and Health and Social Care. But if you're wanting to venture into the health sector, our Department of Health has courses that may suit you, such as our Adult Nursing degree course and our Physiotherapy course. And finally, for those of you with a passion for a career in the food industry, why not take a look at the renowned Birmingham College of Food, where we've got courses such as Bakery and Patisserie Technology, Culinary Arts Management and Professional Chef. Now, if you've been inspired by our range of courses on offer and you're excited to find out more about them and explore further those undergraduate courses mentioned, why don't you take a further look at them on our website? Or you might like to attend an open day, or why not order a prospectus with us online? If you've got any questions, you're more than welcome to email our course inquiry team on marketing@ucb.ac.uk, or why not contact the School Liaison team. You're also welcome to chat with the School Liaison team on our Chat to Students section of the UCB website. Thanks so much for listening to this presentation, and I hope you enjoy exploring our courses.
So what you can see behind me is one of our software labs, the computer labs. They're used on many courses. In biomedical engineering, what we use them for at the first point of entry in first year in the first teaching period is you'll be taught software engineering. Things like medical imaging devices in the biomedical domain have a high dependence on software. You could say that medical imaging systems are in fact 50% hardware and 50% software. The sheer amount of processing is important, and it's equally important if you think of healthcare needs. Smartphone applications are a big field right now, very trending. Everything from heart rate monitors all the way through to slightly more advanced systems with smartwatches and smartphones all depend on software programs. And as a biomedical engineer, things like software can help you not just in programming applications in languages such as Java, but equally you can use it for things like modeling and simulations for flow through arteries. And so applications like these, software and modeling, are just some of the many things that we'll be teaching you in rooms like this.
This is the Alive Lab. It's a teaching lab and a research lab that we use for teaching and researching biomechanics for the biomedical engineering course. The lab has 2 force plates, 12 infrared cameras and a marker set made of retroreflective material. Now, that might sound quite boring, but actually this is the same technology that we use for animation, for games, for sports research as well. If you think of games like FIFA, they use biomechanics research in that. They use it in Call of Duty as well. And to be honest, most A-list games will have some level of motion capture used to map the movement of the characters to the movement of real people.
We're doing a project with the Children's Hospital, and the project involves understanding how to improve the motor control of children with specific pathologies. In that case, we're looking at children with cerebral palsy. We are looking at stimulating with mechanical stimulation and understand if we can improve the motor control.
This is the makerspace for the biomedical engineering course. What we do here is we have a range of equipment covering all the needs for electrical, mechanical, computer-aided design and 3D printing. So what sets us apart from other courses from other universities is the fact that we give you the opportunity to use all the equipment as soon as you arrive on day one. With a wide range of equipment that we've got, you'll pick up on so many skills and you'll be able to take them with you when you graduate from Aston University.
You may not know, but Aston was the first university in the UK to offer degree apprenticeships. We work with Capgemini to train their digital and technology solutions apprentices. As we were the first university in the UK to offer this, we had the first set of degree apprenticeships graduate back in 2017. 64% of these graduates earned a first-class degree, which is much higher than the average for a traditional degree route. We offer a range of degree apprenticeships here at Aston University across engineering, IT, business and healthcare, with much more to come in the future. You can find out more about our full range of programmes on our website here.
Aren't apprenticeships a bit rubbish? People often mistakenly think of degree apprenticeships as a backup option if they don't get their A-level grades, but this couldn't be further from the truth. All of our apprentices get the exact same quality degree as our traditional students. Not only that, they're working while they're learning, which is quite an ask. So they are doing real tasks from day one, working on projects that really matter and not just running errands.
Apprentices barely earn anything.
This really isn't true at all. All employers have to pay degree apprentices at least the national minimum wage. On top of that, they often offer bonus schemes such as pay progression and promotions throughout their degree apprenticeship. One of our apprentices is actually earning double the traditional starting salary for graduates.
Won't I miss out on having fun at uni?
While you'll be expected to be mature while you're conducting your studies and working full-time, your free time is yours to do with as you wish. All of our apprentices join us on campus for residential sessions. This is a great opportunity for them to meet each other, and often this results in nights out in Birmingham where they get to have the typical student experience. Also, as you're working full-time, you're earning a salary, and this money is yours to do with as you wish, whether that's saving up to go on holiday or maybe buying your first car. It's all yours to enjoy.
Apprenticeships are for people who don't do well at school.
Degree apprenticeships are actually really competitive. You'll have to study hard and do well in your exams, but not only that, employers will expect you to show additional skills as well. They'll want you to be a good leader, work well in a team, have negotiation skills and take responsibility for your actions.
Employers don't value apprenticeships.
Degree apprenticeships are created by organisations who are looking to fill skill shortages in their industries. We work with companies such as Virgin Media, Microsoft and Capgemini who are all looking to grow their own graduates. In fact, employers say that apprentices are 15% more employable than those with other qualifications.
Apprenticeships are just for school leavers.
That's not true at all. Degree apprentices can be of any age as long as they're over 16. In fact, we have apprentices right from school leavers to those who are in their 40s and 50s.
Because you are applying for a specific role when choosing a degree apprenticeship, every company will have a slightly different recruitment process to ensure that they get the right candidate. It's important to note that you apply directly to the employer and not through UCAS or a partner university. Unlike the UCAS application, there is no official deadline for degree apprenticeship applications. Because you're applying for a job within a company, degree apprenticeship vacancies will come and go and deadlines will change, so it's important that you do your research to ensure that you don't miss out on an opportunity. Entry requirements will vary from company to company based on their own needs, so it's important that you do your research to ensure that you have the grades that they're after. Most companies will ask you to complete an online application and a cover letter, which will be similar to the personal statement that you write for a UCAS application. The cover letter is your opportunity to sell yourself and express how you're the ideal candidate for the role. Once completing the online application, most companies will ask you to do a digital, video or Skype interview. You will then be asked to go to an assessment centre and maybe take part in a face-to-face interview with the company as well. When it comes to the application, companies are just looking for students who have done their research. They're looking for candidates who are enthusiastic and excited about the role and who can tell them why they want to work for that company. So make sure you look into what the company does so you can expand upon it in interview. Did you know that most students will complete a degree apprenticeship application and a UCAS application to keep their options open until results day? To find out more, visit our website at www.aston.ac.uk/apprenticeships.
IT is something that I've been interested in since I was a kid. Since then I've been hooked. I wasn't too sure about going to uni. My grades from sixth form wasn't the best. I wanted to be learning on the job, earning a bit of money as well, and I thought the only really way to get into a career would be going through like apprenticeships.
It's very different to what you do in education. It's a lot more responsibility and there's a lot more with the sort of way that you do things. So actually apprenticeship has helped me to know sort of the stepping stones with how to actually sort of be good on the job.
Anything can go wrong in my job role, and it kind of has. We've had internet issues and a bunch of people just coming in saying what's going on. The good thing though is I'm learning on the job.
TDM would come into the offices, see what I'm doing in my role, see how they can incorporate it into the courses and also into my e-portfolio online, which I had to do for the qualification. My experience at OGL, they were moving it over to my qualification, so I was able to tick the boxes without feeling like I was actually doing work outside of my normal role.
With TDM, I can learn on the job, and then of course I have my half a day every week, and then I go off to TDM to study with small groups on site with them. And this really does help me to consolidate consolidates the information that I've learned throughout the week.
You learn about things, and then like within the next week you go back into your office, you kind of understand why everything works. From being able to kind of do the courses, learning the theory, and then actually being able to put it into like practice, that's how I prefer to learn.
It has been very challenging for me to be able to gain my industry certifications. It wasn't a walk in the park, but TDM have been there every step of the way. I've gained many technical skills through the workplace, including just being able to do basic help desk support through to very advanced things like network cabling, infrastructure, managing servers, managing clients.
Whoever asks me, oh, you're an apprentice, what college do you go to? I'm like, I go to a training company, and they're quite surprised. The thing is, this is far better than any other thing available because it's more interactive and more one-to-one.
It can be quite scary, as in at the end of the day not everyone is doing it. The norm is to go to uni, but I'm so happy I didn't go to uni. This is 100% so much better. I'm actually getting life skills that actually are going to be useful afterwards, and I've got a job, end of the day.
Thank you to the teams from all of those local universities and for telling us what is on offer. If you have a question for one of today's panel who are available on the chat, then please leave them there. Once you leave your questions, one of our panel members will get back to you as soon as possible. And if you're watching back on demand, the panel are always available to answer your questions, so please reach out at any time. Now, let's take a look at what apprenticeships and apprentices think of degree apprenticeships, understand what further education is, the financial support available for college students, and the options that are available through FE. Firstly, over to the development manager.
An FE college, a typical FE college, is an organisation at the heart of its local community which delivers high quality technical and professional education to students aged 14 plus. It varies depending on the type of college. At this college, pretty typical, we've got about 3,000 16 to 18-year-olds, we've got about 12,000 adults, mostly part-time, and about 2,000 apprentices who of course are studying mainly in their places of work.
Students have to stay in education until they're at least 18, and FE colleges provide an opportunity for students who maybe want to study more vocational courses rather than A-levels at a sixth form. And an FE college would be quite different from a sixth form. Often students are coming in at different times, and there's a kind of often a more relaxed atmosphere.
They're very diverse, very passionate, lively organisations, thoroughly exciting to work within, and really a privilege because of the diversity of the students who study with us.
And thank you for joining us. Welcome to our second Facebook Live session. This one is our Q&A session, financial support when you start college in September. I'm joined this morning by Amit from our student finance team. Hello, Amit.
Hi, everyone.
Hello. Just before we get started, I should say we're broadcasting a series of these live events to support anyone who's thinking about studying with us at Walsall College, or for people who need to support adults or young people with their education and training choices. This particular session is about financial support you can receive to help you study, whether you want to find out how to get a bus pass, help with bursaries or free meals, or even finding out about instalment plans. The information we received today will hopefully help you understand the support you can get and make sure that you can study the course that you want to study. please feel free to send any of your questions through to the Facebook feed that we've got running, and we'll hopefully be able to get you the answers that you need. The important thing to remember is that we have a course for everyone, so please do get your applications in now, and we'll provide you with all the help you need all along the way. Without further ado, let's get started. Amit, can you just give us an overview of what the student finance team at the college does?
Yeah, so we operate the CAS desk, so the customer service, the student support desk across our campuses. So students can come to us for help with things like if they want to enrol, hand in an application for a course, apply for a bursary, get a bus pass, collect their exam certificates. We cover a wide range of support which students can get from us.
Great, okay. And whereabouts can we find you at the college?
So we're in the main atrium of all the campuses. So as soon as you walk in through reception, we're easily identifiable at all of the campuses.
Great, okay. So I know a lot of people will be wondering if they can get help with bus passes and travel costs. What's the process for this, and how can they find out more?
Yeah, so the first thing students need to do if they want any financial support is apply for a bursary. So applications for that will open in early August. Now, there are different components of the bursary, but the main criteria of eligibility that people have to meet is their household income. So for most people, the household income needs to be below £30,000. If you're 19 plus and living with parents, then it goes on your personal income, and then that needs to be below £10,000. So if they meet that criteria, students will be entitled to receive termly bursary payments. And those termly payments are determined based on what we assess your household income to be, because there's different thresholds to that. And as I said, they're paid at the end of every term. In order to receive a bus pass, students need to meet the criteria I just mentioned, but in addition to that, they need to live 1.5 miles or more away from the college or be on a placement as part of their course, which is more than 1.5 miles away from their course. As I said, applications open early August for next year, and they're all made online. We do have paper forms available when we go back to the college, obviously, if anyone has any specific need for a paper version of the form, but ideally all applications are online. And if I just add any students who are returning to stay with us next year on the second year of the course or to a new level, they'll need to reapply again as well from August, as obviously we're entering a new year.
Right. Okay. So all that information is on our website as well, isn't it? So you can go on the on the college website through the student support section, and there's all information about how you apply for those kind of schemes. How about free meals? I know if you're in school, you probably already get free meals. Can you tell us how we offer those and how you get a bit more information about that scheme as well?
Yeah, so what we encourage people who want free meals to also apply for a bursary, because if you're eligible for free meals, you certainly fall into the criteria for a bursary to receive the support I've just mentioned. So in order to receive it, households must be in receipt of a qualifying benefit. Now that's things like employment support allowance, job seekers allowance, and income support. They're qualifying benefits. There are more as well, but those are the main ones that we find give people eligibility. In addition to that, they need to not have a household income of 16,190. So the income threshold is different for free meals to what it is for bursary. Households which receive working tax credits are unable to get free college meals. It's a disqualifying benefit, and free meals are only available to students aged 16 to 18 or those with an educational healthcare plan.
Great, okay. And so where do you get your free meal when you're at the college? Where can you use the scheme?
Yeah, so what happens is on your college ID card, you'll have a balance every day you're in college of £3.10. It's £3.10 at the moment. It may change, but £3.10. All you do is you use that in the canteens, in the Starbucks. You just pop your card in and they use it as though you're doing a card transaction in a shop. So it's all on your college ID card.
Yeah, contactless, isn't it? And we've got the canteens at all campuses and also Starbucks at our Wisemore campus as well. So what about bursaries? A lot of people often ask us about what bursaries I can get to study. Can you say how you access those and who they're available to?
Yeah, so obviously I've mentioned the criteria for bursaries now. Applications are done online. So bursaries are there to support students with their studies. So students aged 16 to 18 can apply for one. Students aged 19 plus can apply for one. And then we've got two other bursaries as well for those studying on an advanced learner loan funded course. And I'll discuss advanced learner loans a bit more later on. And also those studying a higher education course and funding it with a loan as well. In addition to that, students who are 16 to 18 and are classed as looked after, are in care, have left care, or are living independently and receiving benefits in their own name, they're entitled to what we call a guaranteed bursary. So that's not based on household income. Your eligibility for that is determined by falling into the categories I just said.
Okay, great. So we're going to do a number of other sessions specifically about particular courses, and a number of our courses you need specialist equipment or a uniform to do the course. So our health and social care, early years courses, even engineering courses will require you to have some particular equipment. Can you get any support for buying books and uniforms and equipment?
Yeah, so as part of that bursary, which I've already mentioned, students can get eligible equipment costs reinstated. So on courses where there's mandatory equipment, so for example, the courses you've mentioned, then you've got courses like sport, hair, beauty, etc., where you need a certain kit. We do pay back. It's not always the entire amount. It's sometimes a contribution of at least 85%. And the payment is made after the October half term. So usually at the start of November, students will receive the payment. So usually, yes, you have to buy the equipment yourself in September, and then we reimburse you after the October half term. If you're not able to do that in September, if you have a chat with your tutors about circumstances, that they can make allowances to allow you to get the kit at a later date when we've made the payments.
Right, okay. And in terms of the actual kit that you need, I think you will find out more about that when you go to your welcome day at the college and when you actually start. If you've applied for a course, which if you haven't already you should do, and try and get your application in as soon as you possibly can via our website. You'll have your place accepted, and then you will be invited into a welcome week when we're able to open up the college. But yeah, in terms of what equipment you need for particular courses, please try and either watch some of our Facebook Live sessions on those particular courses, or wait for the time that you're invited into the college. Okay, another question we're commonly asked is an adult learner may need to pay for their course. There might be a cost associated to it. Do we offer any reduced fees for some courses?
Yeah, so some courses do allow concessions, so reduced fees for adult learners. Usually this relates to them being in receipt of a qualifying benefit, similar to ones I mentioned before, but you can say things like universal credit, income support, job seekers, ESA, or there's a scheme whereby if you personally are on a low wage, then you can get a course funded that way or get reduced fees that way. Obviously, at the point of enrolment, we fee assess every student, so it's not a sort of a one-size-fits-all approach to our fee concessions. You will need to be fee assessed at the point of enrolment, and any concessions you're eligible for, you can get. In addition to that, if you do have to pay for your course, we do offer instalment plans, which allow students to spread the cost of their course across the year that they're studying with us. And we can spread them payments out a bit more, so that you have a bit more flexibility. So it's not every month if it's a high volume that you have to pay. And again, as well, there are loans available to students, government funded loans. So the first one, you would have heard me mention advanced learner loans earlier. It's for students who want to study a level 3 or an access course, who are aged 19 plus and have already achieved a level 3 qualification. So this loan covers your tuition fees, it gets paid directly to the college, and that funds you for your studies. For more information on the repayments, interest rates, eligibility and all that, that is available on the Gov website. The second type of loan available is a higher education student finance loan. So if you're studying on one of our degree level courses, again, you can get a tuition fee loan to cover the cost of your tuition, so your time of study. And alongside of that as well, you can get some maintenance payments from Student Finance England as well, which go directly to you. And again, like the advanced learner loan, information about the interest rates, eligibility and repayments, etc., is on the Gov website as well.
Okay, moving on to something else. A lot of people in lots of different circumstances and be thinking about, oh, how can I study because I've got childcare, or any other reasons that might prevent them from thinking that they can study. In terms of childcare, what support can we offer people so they can have their children looked after whilst they're studying?
Yeah, so first of all, if you're aged between 16 and 19 and require childcare, you can apply for this directly from the government. There's a scheme called Care to Learn. And again, that's on the Gov website, but you apply through them, that doesn't go through for us, the college. If you're studying one of them degree level courses that I mentioned, and you've got a HE Student Finance England loan, you can request childcare funding as part of this as well. So that's covered by that. Anyone else who doesn't fall into those categories, you can apply for the bursary, which I've mentioned. You still have to meet the income criteria, which I mentioned earlier. So household income of £30,000 or less, or if you're living with parents, less than 10,000 personal income. So it's responsibility of the students to find a childcare provider, an Ofsted registered childcare provider. And that provider needs to be able to accept payment via BACS, because we don't pay cash or cheque. In addition to that, we do have a college nursery, which has a limited amount of places. You can submit inquiries directly to the nursery about whether they've got spaces, and you can do that through the Walsall College website. So if you just go on the Walsall College website and search for Little Professors, you'll find a page, and at the bottom of that, there is an inquiry form. You will only be funded for childcare for the days you're in college, so we don't fund any sort of study days or additional days or anything like that.
Okay, great. Also, what loans are available to people? I know you mentioned the advanced learning loan earlier, but what other kind of loans that can people get to help finance their studies?
Yes, as I've mentioned, so it's the advanced learning loan for the 19 plus who've already achieved a level 3 or higher. Most of them courses can be funded by the advanced learning loan. And as I said as well, there's a higher education loan for students studying at degree level who need help with their tuition fees as well. So on courses where there is loan availability, there's no eligibility for discounts due to any sort of benefits or anything like that. So if you're studying a course which is loan funded, it's either funded by loan or paid for yourself. You can also get your employer to pay for it as well. We do offer that. So if you've got an employer who might fund some professional development, they can pay for the course as well.
Okay, great. I think it might be worth us just having a quick look at the college website now, and sort of looking at where you can access all this information. I'll try and get this information up for everyone to have a look. Yeah, if you go onto the Walsall College website, you click study, click the section for student finance, you'll be able to see a whole list of links for free breakfast, college meals, how to access your Spark card, bursaries, the 16 to 18 bursary, the advanced learner loans that Amit was talking about, and you'll be able to see your eligibility. There's also the forms that are on our website as well. But I must say, if you're stuck with any of this, please don't hesitate to get in touch with the finance team at the college. What's the best email address to get you on, Amit?
Yeah, so the email address is admissionsandfinance@walsallcollege.ac.uk. That email address is still being manned, even despite the current situation. So that is manned throughout the day. So if you get your query to us there, we'll get back to you as soon as possible.
Great, okay. And yeah, of course, if you have any further comments that you want to make via Facebook, please ask away, and we'll get back to you either in the chat or direct message, because I mean, we appreciate people don't want to discuss their financial circumstances in the public domain, so it's always good to keep that information sort of a bit privately between us in an email or a direct message. I should say that, so I should remind everyone that there are lots of courses that you can study here at Walsall College, from full-time courses, part-time courses, apprenticeships, distance learning courses are actually free at the moment. You can study right up to from entry level right up to degree level courses here at Walsall College, and also in a wide range of subject areas. And so you could be attending one of our campuses, or studying online, or in the workplace. At 3 o'clock today, we've got our apprenticeship session, and starting on Monday, we've got some more specific sessions with our curriculum teams on particular subject areas, starting with computing on Monday, and then a series of sessions throughout the week and in the following weeks. You'll find information about those sessions on our website, and they're also listed on Facebook as well. So what I would end with is, if you really are interested in studying with Walsall College, I'd encourage you to get your application in straight away. Apply now. We've got a course for everyone, and we'll provide you with all the support that you need along the way. And that just leaves me to finish up for today. I say thanks a lot to Amit for joining us. Thank you, Amit.
No worries.
And please tune into our next session later on today, or one of our sessions next week. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye.
Welcome to Halzone College.
Hello, I'm Erica from the Schools Outreach team at Halzone College.
Hi, I'm Jamie. I'm also from the Outreach team.
We know what a busy time it is in year 10 and 11 for those of you with GCSEs coming up, but particularly at the moment because of COVID-19. We also are aware that you're going to have to be making decisions about what you do after your GCSEs, and we hope this will help. So where are you now and what do the levels mean? If you manage to successfully get grades 4 at GCSE, then you will have a level 2 qualification. This will then mean you can go on to college to study at a level 3. But don't worry, no matter what happens at GCSE, there will be a course for you. College particularly understands this year what a difficult year it's been, and this will be taken into account, and we're here to support you.
So post 16, there are 3 main options. Try and think about your learning style and choose the one which suits you best. Firstly, there are A-levels, generally 3 subjects. All of those subjects will have exams though. There's vocational. These are more career focused, mostly coursework. Finally, there's apprenticeships. Apprenticeships are for those ready for work, but still who want to continue to learn alongside employment.
We have lots of choice of A-levels at Halzone College. Students choose 3 subjects, and you can get advice from college if you have a career in mind. For instance, if you do want to become a doctor and study medicine at university, you will have to do A-level chemistry. Careers can also give you advice if you're not sure which A-levels to pick. If there are subjects that you just really enjoy or that you're interested in finding out more, then those could also be good options for you. A-levels need you to be an independent learner, as you will have lots of homework to do when you're not in lessons, and there will be exams at the end of the 2 years.
My name is Sandra Oluwaje.
My name's Sophie Lyons.
Carla Burton. I study A-levels. I study psychology, economics and English literature.
I study A-level English, drama and musical theatre.
For English language and literature, we cover a lot of poetry, Shakespeare and also a lot of prose as well.
We also explore different literary theories such as feminism and Marxism.
For law, we study both criminal law and civil law, which is interesting.
My favourite part of the courses so far has definitely been the group discussions. It allows everyone to express their line of argument, and it also gives you a good opportunity to challenge what's being said.
My favourite part of the course is the fact that it has paved a way for me to choose my chosen career path, which is law. It has also given me an insight into different opportunity paths that I could take if law does not work out for me, but it will.
With vocational courses, there are lots of choices available, and there are also different levels depending on how you do in your GCSEs. If, for example, you don't get 4s, that's not a problem. You will have the opportunity to resit maths and English, and with support, you will be able to enter perhaps at a level 2. Once completed level 2, you would be able then to move on to a level 3 qualification. Vocational courses mostly are about coursework. There will be also the opportunity to undertake a work placement, and we have great facilities here that again are closely related to the workplace. So for example, animal care, we have lots of animals and practical spaces in which you can study. And remember, as well as A-levels, vocational courses can also lead on to university.
My name's Ashley Johns.
My name is Chloe Jones.
Jack Hyatt.
I study Uniform Public Services, Level 3.
I study Level 3 Beauty Therapy at Halsey College.
I study Level 3 Forensic Science and Criminology. If I'm honest, it is really good.
You start to learn so many different new things. You start to realise what it's like to become a police officer, fire service, paramedic.
It's quite heavy in theory, however there is a lot of practical to do.
Like the college provide all the equipment that you need and give you the most support that you'd ask for when you're doing the treatments yourself, so you don't ever feel like you need to do better than you feel like you can.
If it's inspired you to go, oh that looks quite interesting, just go for it, because honestly it is amazing.
We also have T-levels, or technical levels as they're known. These are new qualifications, almost a combination of A-levels and vocationals with a work placement. There will also be things such as skills and knowledge tests within them. In terms of Halsey College, next year we are introducing health and social care and early years at T-level.
What grades you get in your GCSEs will determine what level course you can do post-16. We know it's been a difficult year, but keep working hard and don't worry. All Year 10s and 11s are in the same situation, and college will take this into account and support you in making the transition from school to college. To find out more, sign up for open events. Look at Halsey College website for detailed information on courses. You don't have to wait for an open event, you can use the live chat facility on the website to ask your questions. But don't leave it too late to apply, as some courses do fill up. To apply to Halsey College, just go to the website and click on Apply Now.
Apprenticeships are a great option for those of you who want to work but also start earning whilst learning. It's not necessarily an easy option. You will need to find an apprenticeship first, but if you go to the government website, you will find jobs listed by subject, and you can also put in the distance based on where you live. At Halsey College, we have apprenticeships in subjects such as science, healthcare, and digital.
So on an apprenticeship, it's mixed between coursework and a full-time job. So I do 4 days a week in the workplace at Halsey College, so I am an employee here. And then the 1 day a week I also study the HNC in Business Level 4.
It's interesting to do an apprenticeship because it's more hands-on than, say, if you was going to university and sitting down lectures. You get a feel for what the actual working environment's like.
I'll go to work for 4 days a week and I go to college 1. And that day it's really good fun and you learn loads. I know it's only a short space of time, but you do learn a lot. So it's really beneficial, and the staff are really supportive, so they'll always ask about how your week at work's been, and yeah, it's really good.
For the apprenticeship, my units are specific to my job role. So in one of my job roles I do a lot of auditing and compliance, so one of my units is specifically about auditing. For my HNC, it covers a wide range of subjects really, accountancy, business management, marketing, HR.
In my apprenticeship I cover all sorts of topics. We do, there's a lot of analytics, so monitoring social media, digital media, over all different platforms. Then there's the other side where I use my skills that I got off my college course for doing graphic design and more in-house elements.
So for the first topics you start off and you don't really start doing hair for a bit, it's kind of communication and working safely, and that is really important because obviously you need to know that for where you're working as well. And then pretty quickly you go on to doing more basic parts of hair, so you'll start with shampooing and things, and then after a while you go on to the more technical things, so you'll be doing cutting hair, colouring and perming and things like that.
I think my favourite bit about the apprenticeship really is the work part really. I like getting the work experience behind me, to be honest.
I really like my practical sessions on an afternoon because I like working in a group, and it's nice to have my tutor there to help me if I need any help. And that's when I feel like I learn most of my skills.
You go to college, you learn all the skills, and then you can go into work and you can put those into practice, and that's great. So it's really good to be able to show people what you've been learning at college and things, so you can show all the other people at work. And again, it's just how supportive the college is and things. It really, really helps. Obviously, the tutor's brilliant. She's really good. And you have an assessor who's really supportive as well.
I'd say my favourite part of the apprenticeship is probably just being hands-on and practical and working within the college and having constant workloads to do.
So I chose Halesowen because when I looked round, I found they had really, really good facilities. I was really impressed straight away. It really stood out to me. I thought the salon that we'd be working in college was really, really good, and there was a lot of good opportunities as well.
My employers told me about Halesowen College because they've had apprentices from Halesowen College in the past, and they told me how good the facilities were and how helpful the staff were, so I went with Halesowen.
I think an apprenticeship is brilliant because obviously you get to go out and work in the real world, so it gives you loads more experience of what it will be like if you just went into work after, and it builds your confidence loads as well, so much more than when I was just at school and things. It makes a huge difference.
I think an apprenticeship is definitely a good stepping stone to ease yourself into the workplace. Again, even though you are an apprentice, which means that you're a learner, you still have that full-time job aspect to it. So it is a good way in getting into the workplace, getting a job, and also for a lot of people earning money as well.
We appreciate that 2020 has been a difficult year. Remember that college is here to support you in your next steps.
Good luck in your exams, and we hope to see you soon.
Welcome to Higher Education at Halesowen College. We've carefully developed higher education courses in response to the demands of the local community and economy, and believe in providing people with good quality provision. We are an inclusive, supportive and friendly learning environment, offering a range of Level 4 and Level 5 programmes, including therapeutic counselling, business, computing, animal management, applied sciences including biology and chemistry, construction in the built environment, engineering, creative media production, and last but not least, sport and exercise science. In partnership with the University of Worcester, we also offer the Diploma in Education and Training, the Foundation Degree in Early Years, Learning Support and Health and Social Care.
So hi, my name's Dana. I'm a HE student at Halesowen College, and I'm currently doing the Diploma in Education and Training in my second year. I'm quite lucky to have my placement here as well at the college, so I teach currently access students in business, which is my specialty, but last year I got to teach the 16 to 18-year-old provision as well.
Hello there, my name's Priya Bachu. I am studying part-time at Halesowen College, and I am studying a diploma in therapeutic counselling, and it's an evening course. So what's great about that is that it allows me to do other things that needs to be done during the week. So I've got the flexibility, and that's why it works for me. And also Halesowen College offers real great opportunities for support. They've got an amazing team in IT, which I've used very much with problems and the challenges of technology, and the library and the learning hub. The staff are amazing, so it just makes learning so much more easier. When you're doing an evening course, sometimes it can be quite challenging when you've got other things that are going on in life. So it's been a really great experience.
My name is Bianca Smith, and I'm on the DET Diploma in Education and Training course. I'm based at Coombswood, and I decided to do the DET course at Halesowen College after looking at different colleges. I decided on Halesowen because I felt more comfortable and I was made to feel like it was the right place to do the course. I currently teach 4 days a week as a result of my course. So the blessing in disguise was that I actually started and I was offered a placement, but then also offered a paid role, and I didn't expect that. I recently graduated with my psychology degree, first class honours from BCU, and the reason I decided to come to college instead of university was I had a different vast experience at university, and this was more comfortable for me. I feel like I've walked into my true existence, and I'm really enjoying the course.
Thank you to the teams who explained degree apprentices, further education and the support that is available. If you have a question for one of today's panel who are available on the chat, then please leave them there. Once you leave your questions, one of our panel members will get back to you as soon as possible. And if you're watching back on demand, the panel are always available to answer your questions, so please reach out at any time. Now, let's take a look at some examples of FE provisions that are local and what supported internships are on offer.
My career started at City of Wolverhampton College. I'd heard good things about the college and settled in here straight away. It's very different to school as I'm gaining specific work skills that I'll be able to use in my career. I'm learning in an industry standard bakery, containing all the equipment students need to turn out a range of freshly baked bread and cakes, which are sold every day to customers. There's also a professional training kitchen, preparing lunches and dinners to paying customers in the on-site academy restaurant. Every lecturer is very passionate about the subject and they share this passion with us, so learning is fun. So whether I end up as a professional chef, have a front of house role in a restaurant, or become a great baker, I know it will be thanks to the college that I have cooked up a great career.
I'm really thrilled that you've chosen to join us for our online digital open event today. I want to just tell you a little bit about all the amazing opportunities that you'll have if you come and study at Sandwell College. We've got a whole array of different subject areas and courses for you. We've got a whole range of different qualifications that will give you the skills that you need and the qualifications that you need to move forward. We will help you to develop your work-based skills and employability skills to help you progress in your chosen career. If you choose to come to us in September, you're guaranteed a place. We will make sure that you are on the right course for you and help you to progress and develop in the areas that you want to flourish in. We really appreciate that at the moment it's really uncertain and that you might feel really concerned about what your future might hold. But if you choose to come to Sandwell College, we will really be able to give you those opportunities and have that certainty in working forwards, in progressing in your qualification, developing your skills and techniques, and really being able to move forward within your careers and within your chosen field of study. From the moment that you apply and enrol on our courses, we are here to help you. We will be able to help you with your academic abilities, within your vocational studies, within any kind of pastoral support that you may need. We are here and we'll be able to help and support you in anything that you want. Parents, we know it must be a really anxious time for you as well, and we're here to support you and your child in making the right decisions for their futures. There's loads of information on our website to give you all the information that you will need to make sure that your child is making the right choice for them and for you to be able to support them just as much as we will support them in their journey.
Hey, my name's Abby. I'm going to be showing you around Sandwell College today. Welcome to the atrium. Here we have our admissions and reception, we have Careers Plus, and we also have the Business Solutions Centre. So we're on lower ground now. We have all of our construction courses down here, so everything from plumbing to carpentry and automotive workshops and engineering are down here as well. And we've also got our animal care and dog grooming salons. Floor now, and we're at our safeguarding office, so you can come to safeguarding when you've got any concerns in college and speak to one of our team. So welcome to floor 1. On this floor we've got our sports hall, we've got our theatre, we have our dance and drama studios, our interactive media classrooms, we have our gym and our photography studio, and we also have all of our fashion workshops and classrooms on this floor as well. Welcome welcome to floor 2. So on this floor we have our foundation learning and foundation learning classrooms. We also have our hospital ward classroom, and we have got our health and social care classrooms, and the early years and childcare classrooms as well. So we're on floor 3 now. On this floor we've got our hub, which is our learning centre for the students. We've got a library, and this is where all of the IT support is. We've also got some functional skills classrooms on this floor and early years classrooms, and it's the main place for our ESOL department. Welcome to the 4th floor. So this is where we've got our main cafeteria at the college. We have our sports classrooms, our GCSE classrooms. We also have our cabin for travel and tourism and their classrooms here. We've got some public services classrooms. We're on the 5th floor now. On this floor we have our hair and beauty department and all of their classrooms. We have our theatrical hair and makeup classrooms, and we also have our art and design classrooms. So we're on our final floor now, which is floor 6. On this floor we have got our computing and business studies classrooms and departments. So we've come to the end of our tour now. I hope you've enjoyed it. Just to mention, we have got paths on every single floor and computers on every single floor for students to complete work. Come in for a chat. So thanks for coming. We'll see you soon. Bye.
I've always wanted to work in the creative arts industry, but knew it was a tough industry to break into. It's really important to be on top of your game and to stand out from others. And that's why I'm starting my career at City of Wolverhampton College. The college has a great reputation for creative arts nationwide. The only college in the West Midlands to have their creative courses accredited by the University of the Arts London awarding body. So I can be sure I'm getting a qualification that's respected in the industry. The facilities are great too. Performing arts students have their own dance and performance studios where they put on shows in front of a paying audience. There are also digital recording studios for music tech students, a TV studio for digital media students, a print room, 3D studios, graphic studios, and photography dark rooms for art and design students. Creative media and game students get the chance to work alongside professional film crews, game designers, and design latest games for VR. I'm learning so much, and when I'm a success in the industry, I'll be proud to say my career started at City of Wolverhampton College.
Engineering is one of the fastest growing industries in the world, and I knew that if I really pushed myself at a great college, I could have a really amazing career, which is why my career started at City of Wolverhampton College. I've loved meeting new people and getting the chance to learn with some of the best equipment in the business, including lathes, CNC machines and milling machines, as well as welding equipment. There's also a specialist computer-aided design suite with the latest CAD drafting facilities, so I can be sure I have the skills I need to go on in my career. students have the opportunity to showcase their skills through high-profile events, such as World Skills Composition events, and the department has a great record of achieving medals, with students named in the top 3 for the last 6 consecutive years. My career started at City of Wolverhampton College. How about you?
What is the built environment? Will you live in it, interact with it, and experience it every day? The term built environment refers to the human-made surroundings that provide the setting for human activity. And that ranges in scale from a residential house or a street, an industrial factory, a commercial building, a piece of public art, and parks, or a green space, or neighbourhoods and cities. But it's also about the supporting infrastructure of those places, such as water, supply and energy networks. And also it's about having an expert knowledge of a range of construction, mechanical and electrical materials and products that are used in those physical places, spaces and buildings. The built environment is a material, spatial and cultural product of human labour that combines physical elements and energy in a space for living, working and playing. It's been defined as the human-made space in which people live, work and recreate on a day-to-day basis. So our built environment students quite literally hold the blueprints of the future places and spaces and buildings. And in their careers, they will have the keys to develop and build new places that support growing communities and help grow this country's economy, and of course have a real positive impact towards building a sustainable world. You will work with expert industry practitioners in our brand new and purpose-built state-of-the-art School of Built Environment at James Watt College. And you'll be given hands-on work experience with leading companies. You know, there are so many career paths to choose from. For example, you may want to be a civil engineer working on large construction and infrastructure projects, or a structural engineer making sure the structural soundness of buildings, bridges and or interiors is correct, or a surveyor planning renovation or construction, or an architect or facilities manager. So many more to mention. But our new School of the Built Environment at BMET at James Watt College is available for you, with courses starting this September, getting you on that journey to take control of your future whilst learning how we build the future for others.
Good morning, Walsall College. Nicole speaking. Hello, I'm Nicole and I'm a Recruitment and Placement Officer here at Walsall College. If you require additional support, have an education, health and care plan, or a learning difficulty or disabilities, then we are here to help you gain industry experience to start your career. You may decide that you would like to complete an apprenticeship with us. We can adapt our apprenticeships to meet your support requirements. An apprenticeship is a great way to earn whilst you learn whilst being employed by a business, and you will spend most of your time out in the workplace. Applying for an apprenticeship is very similar to applying for a job. You will find our apprenticeship vacancies listed on the Walsall College or National Apprenticeship website. We will then contact you to discuss your application further. We will talk you through the process to explain what will happen next. It's really important that you let us know your support requirements within your apprenticeship application. This means that we can then liaise with our employers and prepare you for starting your placement. Declaring your support requirements will not hinder your application. We work very closely with our employers to ensure that all of our students are supported in the right way. We can also make adjustments to the entry requirements and assessment criteria too, by looking through your educational, health and care plan.
Here at Walsall College, we also have an excellent supported learning department who offer a variety of courses and the supported internship that are a great option for students who need additional support and do not hold a level 2 qualification.
I completed my internship placement at Horbush campus in Warsaw, and I worked with so many lovely people that showed me what I'm actually good at doing. I can actually show them what my skills are, what I can develop.
My placement is at the Bistro in Horbush. I'm usually at my placement on Tuesday and Friday, and I'm usually there from 9 till 3.
I went on to the internships because I wanted to gain more confidence going into the workplace and learning more skills that I can achieve, that I know I can do it.
Supported internship students always really impress their employers, and as a result, some have been offered an apprenticeship with the same employer after they have completed their supported internship. Other outcomes have included paid employment during and/or after their supported internship, or voluntary work with the view to opportunities in the future.
It was important for us to support internships or intern students due to the real life work experience that they gain. It helps them develop their skills and skill sets so that we can get them ready for industry.
It is often best for students to progress through other courses in supported learning, such as Skills for Working Life and SFP, Skills for Progression, in order to build up to and prepare for moving on to the supported internship. The supported learning team will work with you to decide the best route for you to take.
Skills for Progression is all about you wanting to know how much you want to get into work and how much you want to develop into your skills and qualities and how much you want to adapt into your life.
Skills for Progression to me isn't just a course, but it's like a small family. Whereas everyone in the course will always look out for each other and take care of each other. Even if you're having good days or bad days, they're always there to have you back.
Since I started college, I was a bit shy, and then now I feel lots of confidence to build up.
Whether you're interested in an apprenticeship, supported internship, or one of our full-time college courses, we will find the best route for you and support you on your journey to employment.
For more information, please contact us by emailing info@warsawcollege.ac.uk or visit our website warsawcollege.ac.uk.
And that concludes today's session. I hope you learned a lot about the choices that you can make after high school and college through this event and the support that is available. If you have any questions for the speakers today, then please leave them in the live chat which is next to the video player. Once that has been sent, the experts will answer your questions as soon as possible, and that is available around the clock. If you also missed any of the experts or would just like to look back on the content today, then please look below the video player where there is the on-demand section. They're available to you, your family and friends 24/7, so please look to your leisure. That's all from the Backcountry LEP today, but join us this afternoon at 4:30 p.m, where we'll be meeting with North Tyneside Learning Trust as they tell us all about the local university options that are available to you. Until then, stay safe and stay connected.
Welcome to this live chat facility tutorial. We have had a lot of questions recently about the chat facility and how to use it, so let's get into the video. The chat facility is built with students in mind, with a tool that doesn't need to be parent or teacher led. Each of our pages are linked to the person behind the broadcast, even after it's finished, so you can always ask your questions and get a response about the broadcast. So, let's have a look at how to use the chat facility. To use the chat facility, the first thing to do is to type your comment or question into the chat box.
You can now enter your screen name. Your screen name will show when you type your question or comment. Now you will see the chat facility ask for your email address. As I mentioned before, each of our pages are linked to people from the organisation who can reply to your questions. You can enter your email address, which will not be shared with anyone, to get a direct response from the people behind the broadcast. If you do not want a direct response, then click the button at the bottom. People behind the broadcast can still respond to you if you don't provide your email address. This just means you may have to come back to the page to check the response. To type your question, simply click on the chat box. You will then see two symbols appear. The @ symbol will mean your comment or question will be posted publicly for others to see. The email symbol means your comment or question can be sent directly to the person of your choice from the list that will appear. You can now speak to the people behind the broadcast and ask any questions you may have, or check out our partner pages to see the companies we work with who you can speak to right now about their current vacancies. You can also check out our careers page, which connects you to employers. Our live chat service is linked 24/7 to employers from a wide range of sectors, all waiting to hear from you. You can leave a question about how to produce a professional CV or how to prepare for interviews, anything work related, and one of our businesses will respond to you directly. You can also access a wide variety of live interactive broadcasts and video on demand with the live chat support on all pages. Now this bit is for the parents, guardians and teachers. The best bit about the live chat facility is that it is completely moderated, so you don't need to worry if your young person leaves a silly comment, as it will only show on their screen and no one else's. Another great thing about the chat facility is that it is GDPR protected, so no information is shared with anyone else. We will protect all email addresses and will never share personal information of the young people. If you have any questions about the chat facility or the Learn Live channel, please use the email us icon at the top of the page. Thank you, stay safe and stay tuned.